All right, the second leg of the quarterfinals have been played, and we now know who made it to the semifinals. So let's get into it. Atlanta United versus the Philadelphia Union. Now, Philly could have been forgiven for deciding to sit back and defend their three-goal lead, but credit to them for instead coming out swinging. They really attacked Atlanta from the opening whistle and had the bigger chances for most of the first half, with all of their main attackers looking deadly, getting into dangerous positions, and creating chances. But right at the end of the first half, in stoppage time, Atlanta get the ball to Sosa, who has space in front of him, and shoots out from inside the edge of the box, and it goes past the keeper to give Atlanta the lead right at the end of halftime. Absolutely incredible. Now, up until now, Atlanta did their best to attack and did get into some pretty good positions, but nothing to really threaten Philly's goalkeeper Blake. But this was a beauty and shows just how quickly things can change. So Philly start the second half still with a good two-goal lead, but definitely knowing the danger that Atlanta would have a boost in confidence due to that goal. And it was back and forth for a while, but as the game went on and on and on, it looked less likely that Atlanta were able to get the two goals needed to send it to penalties. They did keep attacking, did get a couple of good chances, but it was not good enough as the Phillies saw this one out. But not before getting themselves a goal with the ball out wide, and Robinson does his best here to get the ball out, but Burke manages to keep it in, passes it to Shabilko, who gets his fifth goal of the entire tournament. He is now the leading goal scorer in the whole tournament. But there is another player that is closing in right behind him, and that takes us to Cruz Azul versus Toronto. Despite Toronto going into this one with one goal more than Atlanta did, this game was actually way more boring. Could be down to the fact that Atlanta played well and got a goal in the first half to keep things interesting, but Toronto here did nothing to make anyone think that they could have turned this around. Now, I'm not saying that Toronto just walked out there, laid down in front of Cruz Azul either. I mean, in the beginning of the first half, they did try and got into the final third, but nothing too threatening. But then Cruz Azul got their first and only goal at the 27th minute. Angulo tries from distance as Bono was off his line and further up than he should have been, and it went in. Really good shot from him, and this was his fourth in the entire competition, which is now puts him just one goal behind Shabilko for right now. And after that, Toronto was dead in the water, only managing one more shot on target in the second half, and that was a very weak attempt by Akinola, and was an easy save for the keeper. Cruz Azul dominated all game and only allowed four shots on target by Toronto in the whole game. Cruz Azul advanced 4-1 on aggregate, same as the Philadelphia Union, who also advanced with the same aggregate score. No surprises here. Monterrey versus the Columbus Crew. Now, on paper, this one was going to be interesting because they started the game tied. Well, it may have started out that way, but it sure didn't last very long. Within 3 minutes, Monterrey had already scored, and that really set the tone for the rest of the game. Monterrey dominated the game and got their second and third goal at the 26th and 71st minute, respectively. The last one coming off a free kick that is hit very well, but that the crew really half heartedly defended. The wall didn't even jump. The keeper didn't even seem to try to block it, just looked at it go in. Honestly, it seems that the crew just resigned to their fate at this point. The whistle blew and finally put them out of their misery. Monterrey advanced to the semifinal where they will face off against fellow Mexican team Cruz Azul. America versus the Portland Timbers. This one was much more open and went back and forth for a while, with both sides mounting good attacks and creating chances. But America was the team to break through first, with a good cross and an even better header to give America the lead. Now, Portland did try to respond right away, but they were clearly lacking the quality to do so, and they definitely had their chances, getting several free kicks in great positions due to fouls by America, but Portland were unable to take advantage. Second half went about the same until the 59th minute when the ref gave America a questionable penalty. Upon closer inspection, it's clear that it was a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, but the America player Suarez intentionally hooks the arm of the Portland defender Bravo and drags him down. Now, VAR recommends the ref look into it on the monitor, which he does, and then still decides to give the penalty. I mean, even the Spanish commentators were saying that that was clearly not a penalty, but I digress. But then shortly after, there was another VAR issue, and again on a penalty, but this time it's for Portland. Truth is, there was no contact, and it shouldn't have been a penalty, but honestly, neither was the other one. So for me, this is just a correction. Valeri converts the penalty to give Portland life. But even that doesn't last very long, as at the 69th minute, Suarez shoots a fantastic curler that goes just past the keeper and into that bottom left corner, and took what was going to be a very interesting final 20 minutes into a slow, boring slog until the final whistle. It did have its moments though. Mora has a great chance, but then just dribbles the ball into Ochoa's grateful arms. It's like, here you go, Ochoa. No thanks. I don't feel like scoring today. I mean, wow. My God. And another great chance with Mora 1v1 with the keeper, but just dribbles the ball wide. Does try to pass it back to Chara, who has an open net, but sends it way over the bar. Wouldn't have counted anyway as it was offsides, but still showed Portland's complete inability to score a goal, even from wide open chances. At this point, it seems Portland would only score a goal if Ochoa and all the America defenders just walked off the pitch and left the goal wide open. And even then, I think Portland would struggle to hit the target. It was hopeless. Game finally ended 3-1, and honestly, I can't even be mad. The bad penalties canceled each other out, so you really can't blame that, and America still scored two legitimate goals. They deserve the win and will advance to the semifinal. So that just leaves Philadelphia Union as the last MLS team standing. Now, I will do a prediction video for the semifinal later on, as it won't be played until August 10th, and so much can happen until then. All right, well, now let me know what you all think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is American Soccer United, the place where American soccer fans unite.